Alright, today we're going to look at using Jquery Masonry for some magazine style layouts. Again, most of us want to have something where we can have some finite control some fine control over our website in the way it's going to look, or our web pages in the way it's going to look, and of course the medium that most of us are familiar with, our magazines. So nice thing about Jquery Masonry is that it allows you to get some of that control as well as do some nice animations in between those transitions. So let's look at kind of what we're going to be doing. Here's a basic, again, lorem ipsum style page, and we have our typical 3 columns, a top column, and what we want to do is, as it starts to shift down, she converts to a 2 column, and the one that was a 3rd column becomes a larger column, paragraph at the bottom. Of course, as it shifts down, it becomes a single column. Okay, pretty simple stuff. So let's look at the Jquery Masonry side. A couple things to go over. Familiar with Jquery Masonry? Most of this stuff will be familiar to you. The only thing we really want to go over is column width here. This is how the animation is done. The column width is really the gutter. Even though it says column width, it's really not. It's the gutter, and it's kind of the space between the columns before we'll start to animate. So that's kind of important to understand that part of it. But again, that's in the documentation except for the column width thing. Second part is, actually, let's look at the HTML itself. You can see here I added, typical box, column 25. I gave it a class of 2nd column, and these width changes I actually put in here in a style sheet rather than use the typical one, because I wanted some flexibility as far as the tablet sizes. So on top of the 1 through 7 that was over there, I added 10, 33, 25, 50, 75, and 100. Basically reflecting about percentages. So again, you can see I made these 25%, 4th one to 25%, and of course the one that's here, kind of like a caption. This is basically 10%, and the rest of these will be 25. Okay, so look at the JavaScript. Look at the size of the container. It's 900. Take the 3rd column, remove the class of 33. Actually, this is the default, the 25. But you're saying when you're moving back up, when you go in the opposite direction, make it a 33. You want to make it a little bit wider for the first 2. And as you can see, the one that was 25, that was at the far end, becomes 100% width. Caption will stay. So that's 77 around the portfolio size. Again, we're going to remove the 25 for the 4th, make it 100. Remove any of the other existing sizes that might have been placed on it. Make sure it's 33. And of course, bring it all the way down to 400. Make these all 100% across, single column layout. Of course, you're going to want that container size, you want to bind to the window resize and have that fire off, obviously whenever that thing is done. Alright, it was actually pretty simple once we started messing around with it. Anyway, so that was the way it was done. If you have any questions, reach out to me and I'll try to help you out the best I can. If you want to go to the site, you'll see a done version or modified version with